Planet Dolan. Who got a grocery chain to send them $10 million just by asking for it? Who worked as a doctor for 2 years with a high school education despite misspelling doctor on his application? From fake deaths to fake reality TV shows, here are 10 of the absolute dumbest scams that, if only for a little while, actually worked. I'm Danger Dolan, and today I will be your narrator.
Number 10.
Cash for hands. Gerald Harden was hard up for money. Kinda hard up you can only be when you're addicted to crack. That's why he agreed to cut a man's hand off. It was part of a scheme to collect about $671,000 in insurance money. David Player had taken out a series of death and dismemberment insurance policies on his mentally disabled friend, Michael Weaver. Shortly afterward, Harden and Player wrapped Weaver's arm in rags, tied it to a tree, and cut it off at the elbow with a chainsaw. Player was Weaver's legal representative, so he received the money for the insurance policy and went about his life. It wasn't until 4 years later that he was caught by an anonymous tip given by Player's ex-wife.
Number 9.
The original Nigerian prince. Emmanuel Nude wasn't a prince, but he was Nigerian, and he did con someone out of a ton of money. In fact, Nude didn't just steal money, he collapsed an entire bank. He posed as the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria and fooled Nelson Sakaguchi, the director of Brazil's Banco Noroeste, into a $242 million investment in a new Nigerian airport. Of course, there was no airport, and Nude didn't represent any bank, just his own organized crime ring. The scam went totally unnoticed until the bank was being sold years later. Board members asked why literally half of the bank's money was missing. Bank's owners ended up covering the $242 million out of their own pockets to ensure the sale, and the bank folded 4 years later. Now you may wonder how Nude pulled off such a complex scam. He had a business card. That was it. That's something I've learned personally, is that if you walk around with some kind of clothes and you look confident, nobody asks you why you're in a certain place at a certain time and you can just do whatever you want. But don't scam people.
Number 8.
Kindergarten cop. In January of 2009, a rookie police officer showed up for his first day of work, ready to get his feet wet on the beat. He was issued a radio, partnered up, and went out on patrol. He responded to calls, drove the squad car for 2 hours, and even assisted with the arrest of a suspect. It's a pretty big day for a new cop, especially one who was 14 years old and not a cop. Turns out the boy just snuck in the unlocked back entrance of the station, put on a uniform, and things went from there. When he got back from patrol, a supervisor noticed he had no badge or weapon, and the scheme came undone from there. But at least he got to drive the squad car first.
Number 7.
Revenge of the phone scammer. There are plenty of stories out there of people getting revenge on telemarketers, phone scammers, and others bent on making their lives miserable. But one man found the tables double turned on him, as his willingness to go along with some scammers to waste their time backfired in a big way. The scam was to fool someone into thinking there are problems with their PC and offer to fix it, for the one-time cost of several $100s. In playing along, the man gave these scammers control of his computer using TeamViewer, which allowed them to bring up a fake PayPal phishing page. When the man started putting in fake credit card numbers to waste their time, the scammer caught on and started deleting everything he could find on the man's hard drive. The scammer posted one last message, "Bye asshole," and then deleted the drivers for his Ethernet adapter.
Number 6.
You've heard of someone faking a death, but what about faking a life? 4 women in Los Angeles, one of whom worked for a funeral home, tried exactly that. They made up a fictional person, Jim Davis, then claimed to all be his relatives and took out life insurance policies on him. Once that was all in order, Mr. Davis conveniently died, leaving $1.2 million in life insurance claims to his so-called relatives. The women staged a funeral, hired actors as mourners, and buried an empty casket. They even paid a doctor $50,000 to fake a death certificate and medical records. When their scam went under investigation, the women panicked and dug the coffin up. They filled it with a mannequin and some cow parts and sent it off to be cremated, so there'd be no evidence of the empty coffin.
Number 5.
Sam Lasima said that buying and selling real estate was his passion when he was the star of A&E's Flip This House in 2006. Then they showed him taking a rundown 2-bedroom house in the Atlanta area, remodeling it, and reselling it for a huge profit. Just a few tiny problems with this. Lasima had his real estate license revoked a year before the show began filming, and he never actually owned the houses he was flipping. And there's more. He also never actually renovated the houses. He just staged a nice looking area and kept the crappy stuff out of the shoot. And the happy buyers, they were just friends and family posing as buyers. The entire show was a complete sham to the point where the Lasima was brought up on fraud charges. How did he fool A&E to get his show on the air? Simple, he just checked yes on the form next to "Do you own this house?" And they just never checked any further than that.
Number 4.
The doctor who couldn't spell. Christian Eberhard wanted to be a doctor real bad. Not bad enough to, actually study for medical school or put in, work. But he did want it bad enough to falsify some documents on his computer. The University Hospital of Erlangen saw his application in which he spelled doctor with a K, misspelled his place of birth, and claimed to have received a degree from a university in Frankfurt, Germany. They hired him, falsified documents and all. It took them all of 2 years to figure out it was a sham. In that time, Eberhard, who only ever received a high school education, took part in 190 operations, including 5 organ transplants.
Number 3.
Isabelle Parker was a 72-year-old grandmother with a gambling addiction and a need to fund it. So every time she was low on cash, she would head out to a store and fall down. Between 1993 and 2000, Parker had collected more than $500,000 on at least 49 different staged slip and fall incidents. She used as many as 47 different aliases and 11 different addresses to keep suspicion away from her, and it worked, until she was indicted in 2003.
Number 2.
Travis the Scam Man. Here's another twist on faking a death for the insurance scam, except this guy faked lots of deaths, not just one. Aaron Travis Bird presented himself as a financial advisor to the people at his church, and he responded by stealing $500,000 out of their accounts, using it to buy life insurance policies on them, and then claiming they had died and collected the benefits. Eventually, people caught on to the scam, came after him, so he faked his own death, leaving a suicide note in his car, confessing to his crimes and calling himself Travis the Scam Man.
Number 1.
Super Value, a Minnesota-based grocery store chain, can't really blame anyone but themselves for the scam they fell into. The scammer simply asked for $10 million and the grocery store gave it to him. The request came in the form of a pair of emails, supposedly from America Greetings and Frito-Lay. The emails, without any sort of verification at all, simply said that their account information had changed and to send payments for deliveries to the account listed. And they did it. Multi-million-dollar grocery chain was simply asked to send about $10 million in accounts to an account under the name Society Nights Productions, and they just did it, no questions asked. This video was made possible by our fans over on Patreon. Thanks for your support, guys. That is it for this countdown. Have a good one!